So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a regular series finally after a week of being in a medical cave. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I was just dying to get back to work. But anyway, today we're going to be covering Ketu in the 8th house of D9 Navamsa chart and what happens when Ketu is in the 8th house in your D9 Navamsa chart, which is one of the most important charts in Vedic astrology, which kind of shows the outcome of your planets, the results of your planets, the strength of your planets. It's your married life, fortune, second half of life. So it's pretty much a quite an important chart. It's pretty much a secondary chart to the birth chart. And if you do not know, if you have this particular Ketu and what sign it's in, or what its placement is in the birth chart, and its nakshatra placement in the birth chart, along with all the astrological details. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy on this link under shop section. So, yes, finally, 99%, I'm good. I kept going up and down, up and down. Even yesterday, I thought I was good, but boom, by 1 p.m., something just hit me and I just wanted to, I don't know how I made it from here, from my office to the bed. And after that, I was just 102, 103, 104 fever, then 102. Finally, last night at 3 a.m., I broke it and down to 98 degrees, 98 temperature. Okay, so today as well, it's been confirmed and it's good. But anyway, Ketu, okay? So 8th house of Navamsa chart shows the joint assets of the marriage, the secrets of the marriage. It is the hidden treasures of the marriage. It also shows the spouse's family, spouse's lineage. Okay, it's the same thing, kind of like the birth chart, but it gives us a much more insight into those things. Now, Ketu and Rahu, I have always said, be careful of when you're studying them, because you're not really studying them. You are studying their sign dispositor. So if, let's say, Ketu is in Libra in the 8th house, and you want to see how this Ketu is going to react, you look at Libra, you look at Venus in Navamsa, where it's placed. Is it in a good sign, enemy sign? It's a conjunct, malefics. So if, let's say, Venus is not in a good condition, then you can see that Ketu is going to cause a rift in relationship with the in-laws. If Venus is very well placed, Ketu will give a very devotional relationship towards, the in-laws, and devotional relationship towards spouse's family. And usually what happens is, especially if there's malefics, obviously like in the 8th house we have Ketu, and if there's a malefic impacting the 4th house, a person will live usually far away from their in-laws, far away from their spouse's family. And also, with Ketu in the 8th house, you are the breadwinner. You're going to have to contribute majority of the things in joint assets. Majority of the things in joint assets. And the way you can see that a person can, have a good contribution from the spouse with joint assets is if a benefic is either sitting with Ketu or aspects Ketu in Navamsa. So if, let's say, Jupiter aspects the 8th house, Jupiter is in the 8th house, Venus is with Ketu, then you can see that there will be, it's your past life karma then to gain joint assets through this person. Ketu in the 8th house Also shows me that you will not get support. Whenever you try to do things in your marriage, you will not get support of other people. Usually, I've always seen with Rahu and Ketu in this position, a person may even have to get married away from everyone, may have to elope and just get married with like a very few people around them. So because again, Rahu, Ketu are very unusual planets. They cause unusual situation in every single person's life. So when you think that you have a weird family, weird situations, well, your neighbor does too. They just don't talk about it. Like you don't talk about it to them. And Ketu in the 8th house gives natural inclination towards things like astrology, tarot, occult, and mysticism. It always brings that about. So if let's say you have this placement in Navamsa, but your birth chart doesn't really show too much interest into these things. So you can see that this person, as they get older, as they, cross their, 30, 60 years, then they will start suddenly developing that interest. Because that past life motor is going to start running. It's going to start showing that, hey, you've got some link, you've got some karma to deal with this. And it could be simply that a person simply enjoys going to astrologers instead of like becoming an astrologer. Also, Rahu and Ketu in Navamsa, in 2nd house and Ketu in the 8th house, can also give an effect where a person can have children before marriage, maybe a few days before marriage, or like let's say like 2 weeks before your spouse is pregnant and nobody knows about it, but you go ahead and just do the whole ceremony and people just think it's a timely child, but the conceiving may happen before that, especially if there's a nakshatra of Mriksira is involved in the birth chart, especially in a woman's chart. Okay? But also, 8th house represents the hidden secrets of this husband and wife. And Ketu in the 8th house can actually take the couple into attaining a lot of spiritual secrets. They may go to like spiritual retreats together. They may go, certain places to understand themselves better and deeper. So it's not all like a bad placement. It's just all depends on who's with Ketu or whose sign Ketu's in and how the disposer is placed. So it's not something that I can just give a strict answer on. Okay? So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Ketu in the 8th house of your D9 Navamsa chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. If you want to know where your Ketu is placed, all the other astrological details, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.